your big update on the transfer, and it is the breakthrough of Napoli, Antonio Conte, and Chelsea for Romelu Lukaku. Now, Napoli for you smart. On the first bid on the break Chelsea, no. Only I say Chelsea engine 5 million loan fee. Now Chelsea financial contract, Muse. Next year, Lukaku bono million. They will be obliged to sign him for 20 million. And the Chelsea for honestly, Debbie. And yet loan fee now more can than yen and higher and asking a pet, Debbie. And they important to us as a team. And they say, you person Romelu Lukaku wages near there much soon. A free. It's Sadia. We don't want Romelu Lukaku to go on loan. You pay a permanent fee. Now permanent fee in pounds. Not Chelsea share 38 million pounds. So somewhere around 24.5 as a straight cash and in excess of 12 million Chelsea any shemu as the add-ons. And then Kobaye Napoli for any Chelsea have agreed. Now in the funny thing, Italy for no air cash is scanning the 30 and a Chelsea in straight away there are no add-ons. Now Chelsea will get a percentage in future sales for Abrantia, your friend Romelu Lukaku going forward if Chelsea wants to make another purchase in the future. And what the English people can say, apart from the future sales, no, there is a 12 million add-ons Chelsea Ebenya for Abrantia, your friend Romelu Lukaku. Now, the most important thing, and they say, apart from all of these things, what is clear, and they say, Chelsea have gotten to the point where almost Romelu Lukaku if you book so, and I think that that's the most important thing. See, I can see Chelsea to Romelu Lukaku, almost 90 million. And now, just a few seasons of Chelsea Honum, Chelsea at and 3 million in losses, but the wages not every books, that's the most important thing at Chelsea Enya for Abrantia, your friend Romelu Lukaku in their team, and everything seems to be going on well for Chelsea Football Club. Our games are our personal body. Lukaku there, it is 7 area, and that opens the conversation for Abrantia, your friend Victor Osimhen. Ebie Victor Osimhen conversation, Victor Osimhen conversation, aka tactical board say Ebie Victor Osimhen conversation, and Unye Victor Osimhen conversation Chelsea for that catch up. Say, rich. Victor Osimhen are in a very, very funny situation. What do you say, CCA? So yes, I'll be 43 one man. Victor doesn't have any viable suit to be able to say. I can say. Only club, what can say, Chinchin to be so I told Victor Osimhen on him. Thank you. Because not Paris Saint-Germain for the pen. Paris Saint-Germain for not Chiom Wefi, Victor Osimhen conversation, they've been clear. Now, Chelsea for not Jiska for Romelu Lukaku. Omudi says can. And Victor Romelu Lukaku wages na every Chelsea books so. Kwako go Napoli books so. Napoli be so believe Victor Osimhen wage ni free on. No mo say so Jiska, but Obia ni on him. It's wrong practice na Chelsea for any Victor Osimhen away from team my friend in Napoli. They've sold Romelu Lukaku, they wanted to do that. And now they are in no rush to go and buy Victor Osimhen. Almost say, oh, who needs you to be out on him? Wage now and that club, so club person will wage if you want them. You are becoming a nuisance or replacements in the crown. Yenny is also torn more. And then pay the paperwork is being concluded. Once that is done, Romelu Lukaku flies to Naples, start to do his job. Then Osimhen now has to find a club. And the Chelsea believes that they will get the bargaining power. Go back to the conversation with Victor Osimhen. No man can change the chief. Baby, anyone more. Say Obia until that time, we have you on loan, bruh. You make sure the wages. We speak to Napoli. Come on loan, then we pay the wages and you come and play for us for 1 year. If you come and you prove say your quality as we've seen her, then definitely we can sign you going for it. Victor Osimhen is on the verge after say Romelu Lukaku conversation. A beer is the first step to a branch friend Victor Osimhen now and not Gabi Kacho, Rachel now. Victor Bakuno of Portugal, their friend Victor Jokaresh, he scored a hat trick. And throughout Portugal, everybody's beginning to realize that that's a sensational striker. But see, 2 seasons ago, Jokaresh was in the English Championship. Obi and Fananya and Debbie America, the big clubs in England. Omoya Debbie America, the risks aversion. They won't play a keto on person befano because they want to avert the risks. And until I say, away to this smaller clubs or this seemingly big clubs in other parts of Europe, you will pay big money if you want to go and get them. But Mikel Arteta said already, he doesn't want Victor Gyökeres. And now, in Enzo Maresca pre-match press conference, I think say, this week here, Enzo Maresca and Mobia both, he has been clear. This is the latest Asema Waka in Chelsea pre-match press conference. No? Or say, who are Chelsea me? And if you think I am going to give you a chance without working hard, then forget about it. Meaning, say, I want to incommodate about player power in the free bar. Reach him. One of the biggest issues under Roman Abramovich was the player power. And Utie Mikel Obimo, Utie Frank Lampard mo. Frank Lampard could go to the manager on John Terry and tell them say academy players are in the same economy class, first class no. Yeah, senior players have to get a better treatment than academy players no. They could say it to Andres Villas-Boas. But Chelsea have been clear. The reason why they believe that they can manage player power, they say, was coach, a new coach or a novel to the terrain. These players aren't even world beaters, sir. They can manage stuff like that. And Omodoma are very clear. So only a more training ground. So training hard. And like Okacha Branch friend Noni Maduekino, you go in and then go and play. For me, it's very, very important. So you set the ground rules up as success in there. The last time I remember example of Joseph Guardiola. Rich. The only difference between Guardiola or succeeding here, and then the Enzo Maresca and say Guardiola here not mediano or she or winning games. If Enzo Maresca can do these things and win games and go on there, then definitely he wouldn't have any problem. And what Chelsea
games,
you wouldn't have any problem. Crap, in the kind of match, yeah, but the German Bundesliga there, we are up for it, and this is what I was telling you about Paris Saint-Germain. A lot of people, and now I like Dybala conversation. You will say in Kofa, almost said I'm sure the talents there and they were surprised. And I said something very instructive. Say, Italy for no, their life is about passion. You will not give it all than an Italian. You will get it. And I believe strongly, say, the main reason why Ezekiel Paul Dybala decided to stay in Roma and accept that he is a Romanisti instead of going to Saudi Arabia to take 75 million euros over 3 years. It's simple. Saouma Kaya, they are Napoli and Roma for really Paulo Dybala. I did a story here. Roma Chrome in the city center of Rome. There is a Roman monument, and of course, in the history, ancient Greek mythology, and Roman history, Roma for are known to be conquerors in war. And on a monument, about on a big wins in war, and on the power of the ball, and I'm catching a say, our newest Roman fighter, I didn't make a corono, I will be of Argentina, and we believe that with him we will get to the next step. The outpour of love or Romanisti for the children on that particular day, it is the reason why in here, a branch of Ezekiel Paul Dybala really wanted to stay in Europe. Or show on Instagram or see Grazil Rome, si viendiamo Domincia. This is my home and I'm staying from a branch here. Your fellow Dybala, of course, and then matches our Italian Serie A match with Turo Parma, XFA actually Milan. Last week, Paulo Fonseca team Milan, and a good week from the first game of my boy. I will feel at the San Siro. This time they are going away to Parma. Udini against Lazio, our Italian Serie A, Internazionale Milan. Last week also. Boys no bets be anko through against Lecce. Omo boy Atalanta returning Napoli. Antonio Conte Lusui in the first game away to Verona. This time about against Bologna, Vincenzo Italiano team, and then of course Roma against Empoli. Juventus under Thiago Motta. We know the first game against Como. This time they are going away to Verona. Verona has an exciting young manager last week. Mekacho. A lot of exciting young managers. Our Italian Serie A. I'm expecting say if you our Busepe Mienza International Milan and they have enough to beat Lecce. It's a straight win for Team FN International Milan. Milan echo away to Parma. Keep Usika on Milan and in the Italian Serie A, just go for a straight win for Inter, any straight win for Juventus, and over 1.5. Barca dream now no more having. They will see it, but in a different version.
Now, then Kumbenya, Lami Yama,
yeah,
and Nico Williams. Omni Barcelona.
Exactly.
But Oma and Nico.
Yeah.
Lami there is still there.
Exactly.
And the dream never.
Yeah.
And in a different way.
In a different way.
Okay.
Laporta die of so soon and say, so nya Nico ha. No nya Lami ya ha say ya. Obe dominate. And he believes that he could compete with OBR. Now, they have to play. Barca went away to the Mestalla to go and win. They are going to return home to go and play against Athletic Bilbao. The conclusion has been drawn. Abratia fellow Nico Williams and Yadi journey FC Barcelona, but he has to go on and then do his job for team at your friend Barcelona. And Ocean Barca team now, very good team. And on Ramos match Mark Andres Ter Stegen, Pau Kubasi, Alejandro Balde, Inigo Martinez, Ferran Torres, Pedri, Eric Tene, Robert Lewandowski, Rafinha, Inaki Peña, Paulo Torre, Fermin Lopez, Marc Calçado. I like that player, Pau Victor Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo. I started saying that because we know the conversation, but still, the registration of Dani Olmo in their team, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, Marc Bernal, Alex Bell, H. Fort, Gerard Martin, and S. Dominguez. This is the possible lineup. Yet Sebastian Eddie Rim, Marc-André Ter Stegen in post. You have a two centre-back pair of Inigo Martinez and Pau Kubasi, Jules Koundé, and Alejandro Balde. Maka just 2 seasons ago, time manager Javi 10 things around the Barcelona. It was Abrante and Alejandro Balde. And I think that's why he broke onto the scene even before Salamin Moba. Injury, check Akayas return. Sebastian making good use of that left-hand side. For me, it's for Abrante, the friend Alejandro Balde with Jules Koundé playing at right back. Marc Bernal, Pedri, and Calçado. I will feel for them. But who are they? Say, Hansi Flick with Christensen in the middle of the pack. It is more like a single pivot to team control game, like Senna Busquets and But if Christensen out of the team, it's a double pivot of Marc Calçado and Marc Bernal using Abrante friend Pedro Gonzalez right on the tip to control the game and be the creative hub for team friend Barcelona. Of course, Lamine Yamal and Rafinha keeping with then Robert Lewandowski or person reinventing the career and Elfie also lead the lines. Now, the big issue for team for Barcelona, and they say, against Athletic Bilbao. The threat on the wide area is definitely the two Inaki Williams. But Kiko Gurizeta, excellent striker in the box. So there is going to be a good battle between Pau Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, and Kiko Gurizeta. An excellent center forward, ultimately winning a lot of duels and then play forward. And it is what Athletic Bilbao consistently a lot of crosses and cutbacks ever from the byline from Inaki Williams if he's not able to cut in onto his favorite foot and then hurt you. But I'm thinking, say, Barca has what it takes. They should win their next game or competition in against Athletic Bilbao. After so winning the Mestalla, it should be another win for team up. Your friend Barcelona. Real Madrid, everybody that may have much. I think the biggest news at Madrid is the injury of Jude Bellingham. For a month, he's going to be out of the team. But I am beginning to think that this may be a necessary evil for team FM Real Madrid. Last week, game, but Madrid had an issue. Season no Madrid won the ball. It was a 4-1-2-1-2. More like a 4-2-2 diamond. Very narrow. Using Tchouaméni to sit, having Cruz, Valverde, and having Jude Bellingham at the apex of the diamond. Now when Rodrigo Goes and Vinicius Junior to keep the weight, only need to be overloading the left hand side. Near in the last game, Madrid echo away and they say every time, not all the three attackers wanted to go overload the left hand side, which made it easier for teams to stop them. Now Madrid games be say they need to get what I call the balance. If you are going to have Vinicius Junior, have Rodrigo Goes, and Mbappe there, then you may need an out and out number 10 or play the two double pivot here, then have the other person as a number 10. Or now Barca Real Madrid can now go back to almost 4-1-2-1-2 shape and last season, you know, but a different personnel at the apex of the diamond. I think that Madrid have been good. Almost lose on my last game. I'm about to draw my last game away, you know. I think that returning to the Santiago Bernabeu, no, a big boost for team friend Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti. I can see we are looking forward to returning to the Bernabeu and putting on a good display. I think that Madrid should have enough to do the win in the English Premier League. Over there, Osha Brighton our game against Manchester United, Crystal Palace against West Ham, Fulham, and then Leicester, Man City, and Ipswich Town, Southampton, and Nottingham Forest, Spurs, and Everton, Aston Villa, and Arsenal, Bournemouth, Newcastle, Wolves, and Chelsea, and Liverpool, and so any Brentford. For me, I want to go on to this match. So, last season, they catch us say matches are Arsenal and losing the English Premier League, where the games are almost losing to the London clubs now. And meanwhile, the analysis of how difficult it is for a London club to win the league because over London derby is very 5. Over Brentford, over West Ham, over Fulham, over Chelsea, over
Torium,
over Aston Villa. You play a lot of London derbies. Difficult for you to play in. And on the 2 games over against Aston Villa last season, almost lose first one by a goal to 0 at Villa Park. John McGinn goal. Villa started showing the FA Cup. Then they lost by 2 goals to 0 at the Emirates. And Unai Emery said he would want to repeat what happened between Ono and Arsenal. And now, Mikel Arteta said he thinks that they are changing some things. For a lot of people, the conversation here still say Arsenal and best strike engine anymore. But so compare Kai Havertz last season numbers in terms of minutes per goal. Kai Havertz is giving you more minutes per goal than Mohamed Salah. And of course, Saka area goals, not Gabriel Martinelli area goals, it may help. I think there's also the score line between Aston Villa and Arsenal last season. Yes, they have scored Arsenal, but Arsenal also couldn't prevent them from scoring goals. Lineup, I had to say Arsenal, the Babylon, Alexander Zinchenko, Gabriel Magalhaes, William Saliba, Ben White, David Raya, Declan Rice, Thomas Partey in the middle of the pack as the DLP, Martin Odegaard on the right hand side, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz, and Abranche, I find Bukayo Saka. For Aston Villa, my biggest problem for Arsenal is Belgian from Fiifi-Manfred in Amadou Onana and Yuri Telemans, one off the ball, a team cover a lot of grounds, bring the ball back for the team. Now control games by dominating certain zones, large zones, and Fiifi-Manfred with the physical appearance, the physical attributes. And Amadou Onana, something a bit more combative Fiifi-Manfred for Arsenal. If there is any loose ball, we expect Amadou Onana will win those balls for team and friend Villa, and we're going into those battles with Declan Rice. Then Yuri Telemans will control the game from a more technical point of view. Leon Bailey and Abranche and Morgan Rogers will keep it with John McGinn. Only Watkins will lead the lines. Last season, the best season ever shown. My biggest problem for Villa is say Arsenal TV control game. No. Now, I'm going to get into the hands of Villa. I'm going to too transitional. I'm going to use Partey a control game from the deep line playmaking area. And then they make sure say they wait as long as possible before they get their goal. They'll get the win. Villa is very tricky. And not really fit. And the first test for Mikel Arteta proper as the season. And it's about how you know the transitional threat of Amadou Onana or Fiifi-Manfred. When it comes to set pieces there, I'm not too worried about the Arsenal for Of course, Man United against my friend Brighton and Hove Albion Rich. So much for more. Especially when you're going to the
very, very tough.
Formerly
United lineup number Onana in post, Mazzari, Harry Maguire, Martinez, Mount, Bruno, and Juke or the Fakot tactical board. No so. Enti Onana in post, Mazzari, Maguire,
back.
Oh, no boy.
On one about centre back.
Oh boy,
Leandro.
Yes.
Okay, Martinez.
And so I'm crying. Your lineup near the boy first game now. Dalo.
Okay.
Once Sabah, Kukraya, no one or the
for Kobe Menu, Casemiro, Mount Fernandes.
Yeah.
Okay. and I no Obo Diallo and I say
Amad Diallo,
and a Rashford, and I want Joshua Zexki.
No, one of the bench. No, if you bench in the back.
One
Mamisha line up.
Messi Mount him.
Yes, Messi Mount.
So means that Messi Mount will play in the middle of the park as part of the front three, help in ball progression. Any other. Now Bruno Fernandes Abba as a false 9. As a plus one, will FIFA.
You want the ball Fulham now? No,
the Man United a bit more control game no harm. You see, Brighton is a stubborn side, very very stubborn, and they brought an excellent American manager. Brighton manager, I think they often over 10-32. He understands the game proper. I think that if United will win the game, United will win it based on the experience of the players and how to manage things. And McCann has several times said, United was certain characters that they can pull the team even in tough times, and that's in the Bruno Fernandes. It's away, child better. Wait me on my Brighton, Manchester United a double chance. United until they prove to me say only a team I'll be
time into Chelsea the so kakra bi.
Oh,
na Wolves
Chelsea lose twice to Wolves last season. Say now Everton Aston Villa in last season. Sane be Enzo Maresca say Pedro Neto one show movie because of 90 minutes at I think say watch the Wolves manager Gary O'Neil, another best excellent manager in the league. From the Bournemouth days and Daniel Ariely have taken over at Bournemouth. He had been excellent, even going to Wolves. And last season, Nientia Ule Lepato gave few Wolves and said they couldn't invest in players for him. Although with little investment, he kept the team afloat into a very stubborn manager. My problem again, and he said, Chelsea doesn't look convincing. Still, for me on paper, say Obetina share Wolves there. But they have showed me in the 2 games from say they can control games to the right people. Okay. If Love the agent and Fiifi-Manfred, Chelsea has what it takes to control the games. I'm expecting that Chelsea they share Wolves away. The Molenio.
And to the Fato X. So
Interbeshe, Juve Beshe. Now Man City, my Man City was sharing over 1.5. I'm switch we as baby I'm finding you. Now I'm a Barca straight win. No, I'm a friend saying a team friend Real Madrid so straight win. 5 games per.
That's for them. Meaning the all my F for the first game I bought against Liverpool. We are on that Go City. Confirm some Sadom qualification and even so Fiifi-Manfred and as a partner. But
there's a lot to talk about in we are here to come and make sure say we are very fine now hasi na o say the matches 1,000 Ghana into me so utie media na Saturday the ana emre no extra 10 minutes count into me so in the next 25 minutes star 281 hash e bobi bia tofa star 281 hash meche 1,000 Ghana series and sana yala so baba be cheobi utie na oji wani na we enjoy analysis no na o sanso enjoy na we discount me show star 281 as co-insure for option no any option 2 inside option unya pick esa option we are no channel of ticket out per ticket no ba ku bia e 5 Ghana series pent me show cha no bibia any 5 each and say the weekends there a lot of the games so what ma you be ma good analysis near my prediction my boys no but before that my mema update kakra on the transfer market and now who's a Paris Saint-Germain ball game against Montpellier almost 6-0 inside game that Paris Saint-Germain boy you know player mapping several times a friend Manuel Ugarte one match in fact the traveling squad call Paris Saint-Germain for call away to go and play to Montpellier you know about a friend Manuel Ugarte and baby cry and its edges close say Manuel Ugarte me free team my friend Paris Saint-Germain now I call team your friend Manchester United all loan who is a permanent transfer no anya juma permanent transfer no anya juma and Manchester United are looking say they will get him on Adia your friend loan on a very important player now only rich and now so we should know Paris Saint-Germain for the ball now say any touch no Paris Saint-Germain for sure the ball now you look at it and you understand Unity under Luis Enrique. Manuel Ugarte doesn't fit. They are Paris Saint-Germain no bomb because now Jean Neves Emma 4 assists for Paris Saint-Germain. And we say about Vitinha, Waiza, Emery, any Abrantia, your friend Jean Neves, our fifth one. No, me a very instrumental. Our team, boy Paris Saint-Germain, born and now our game. And we say Paris Saint-Germain 4-3-3 over fifth one now because Manuel Ugarte cannot be the lone DM of City. No control games. Say that Jean Neves everybody to he didn't play him in that single pivot role and that is why Abrantia referred Jean Neves more suited to team Luis Enrique build Paris Saint-Germain than Opesa build it last season.
Minimum sound of Pewatina or say maybe I know Casse. Stars no more from Paris Saint-Germain. I'm what team no.
Oh yeah.
And to say a name and no Messi no Mbappé no free team no. Obien to say team and friends a PSG bo mo. And then no much 6.
Yeah.
And it's a Montpellier.
No, share badly Bacola on the wings. No. You see, Obian can say Paris Saint-Germain drew and Montpellier is the best team in the world, Derby. But they started the season well. Now, imagine, say, what would have been the conversation around Paris Saint-Germain? Since they started season, you know, Nanka, I had Mbappé call. No, I'm saying so matches. It would have been a bad news for team and friend Paris Saint-Germain. So it is good. Say, and Paris Saint-Germain started season, you know, the first game of share. The second game against Montpellier was actually in and players of the Fiifi, you know, all of these players are proving their work, say only a quality and they can get the job done. Most especially Abrantia, Yefredo, Jean Neves, over 60 million, which and now he was very important in the middle of the pack. Games no there, na start here and now so by Leverkusen and starting game for two game weeks. I'm leaving late. Also, I'm going to the German Super Copa and then coming back to come and play this game. They've left it late and now Florian Wirtz rebound penalty and I'm to share against Wolfsburg. I'm to manage 3-2. Now this season German Bundesliga and Richardo. I don't know why the Beshama Bundesliga name. Yeah. Because it's a company about buying for some of your year.
But some have buying first game. Omo Wolfsburg.
Yeah.
Bayern Wolfsburg.
Awe na afie.
Omo kwa we.
Okwa away to.
Person me omo first game.
Oh, okay.
Because I know anya hwe ne hu
Leverkusen
for no. And Kofon I don't know. So omo let go bi. I don't know.
And see
say eya hu bia ebe come timi o.
Omo very
oh yeah Leverkusen.
Yeah, obeba.
Say empon game no me say.
Yeah.
Nti omo de anya hwe omo.
Yeah.
Ye hwe Bayern.
Nti ye hwe Bayern.
Nti ye hwe Bayern ne. Na bia probably Fiifi-Manfred dey kono. Yeah, we bet me.
Bayern super preparatory game versus Paderborn over the last few days.
Any Bokum.
Yes, but because I say Nema Koy almost 6 behind closed doors. Only Sebo Bontanani and the Adento. Bayern Fonsi believes that the team is in place to compete. Say with a company per stable environment to really launch his footballing career there, then I think is that FC by mission and he should make sure that he does so. Which and now